So I've just reached my allotment plot, and I'll do a quick tour for you just to show you how things are developing on the plot. There's a lot going on actually, so I'll do a quick tour today as well while I'm here. There is an insane amount of strawberries in this bed, and they're all coming up now. At the end of last year I mulched them with some straw and it appears to be quite wet, so this weekend I'll come in, clear all this straw and give these strawberries some nice fresh straw that's dry, and that will help them carry on and help them really keep them warm. And they seem to be doing quite well here, as you can see. There's lots. I've got to figure out a way to cover these strawberries now. But I won't cover all of them. We will leave some for the birds because they too can share this bed, because there's going to be so much to go around. Onions are looking great. So we've got 2 rows in the ground here of about 50 onions. And then we've got another bed of onions as well. But these are doing quite well. These have been overwintering and they've done well. And in the centre here on Sunday I had sown the radish, so we'll get some radish in between soon, but these are looking good. My wood over there, I'm going to get my beds done as soon as I can. I get some time, put the frames, get them ready for my bed so I can start sowing my lettuce in there. And we've got some irises all coming up here, flanking this bed, and we've got our garlic. Now the garlic is looking fine. It's looking quite skinny, but it is fine. It is usually around this time is when they start putting on some weight. So I'm hoping that they'll start putting on some weight. Now this garlic is actually a bit of an experiment because it's actually supermarket purchased garlic, like an Asian supermarket. So it'll be interesting to see how these fare. And then we've got the flower bed. So we've got some chives here first. Got some Chinese garlic chives, and some chives at the end are the ordinary chives, and they're already starting to flower as well. And then this is a flower bed, and the sun is just starting to come over here now. And this flower bed is looking great. I need to weed it, and then I've got loads more planting to do in here as well. I've got lots of things like foxgloves to plant in here, some lupins, some nice towering plants. They'll look quite nice. Just give it like a cottage style. And the alliums seem to be doing okay. They usually get quite leafy and then look quite tatty, and then the flowers come. So this flower bed is going to look lovely. And yeah, this is the other bed where we have our other onions, and they're all starting to really put on some size as well. That's great to see. And this is also another, they're all mixed, so these onions are red, white, and some Japanese onions as well, so they're mixed, which will be a nice surprise. More alliums, which again seem to be okay. I can see a couple have actually started to form some flower heads, so they're okay, they're doing well. So as you can see, chives here starting to develop some flower buds, which is going to be lovely. So we'll get nice purple flowers like that. So the cabbages that we've sown are looking fine. But look how much weeds we've already had. With all this sunshine and rain and more rain, the weeds have all come up as well. So I'll get in this bed on the weekend and just give it a quick weeding. But for now the cabbages are looking great. In the greenhouse, here's the carrots. I haven't thinned these, but they seem to be doing okay in the buckets, but it depends on how they grow with not being thinned out, so I might need to thin some out now before they start developing. I've just brought over some of my sunflowers. This variety I'm really looking forward to seeing because they look lovely. So we've got, these are both dwarf sunflowers, and I've bought them from home, which I've sown, and look, they're just starting to appear now. So I bought these over from home. I've got my lettuce in here, which I really need to start getting ready to plant out, and then I'm going to direct sow some more lettuce. There's nothing in this one. These are the chili peppers that I need to thin out, and they're doing fine. Yeah, and the sweet peas are also all doing fine. Need to give them a water, that's why I've popped over here today. And we've got some tomatoes, some pak choy as well, red pak choy. But the tomatoes are doing well. They'll be ready to pot on soon. And then I've got some shop bought tomatoes as well that I picked up because I always get carried away. So this tall one is the shop bought one, chocolate cherry, and then this one here, there's two in here which I'll separate, and that's Brandywine, which is a heritage variety, looks great. And then this one behind it, another shop bought one, is pear drops, and that looked lovely, so couldn't resist, thought something different that I haven't sown. And then some sweet peppers as well here, which I've just put them in this tray so they can have a bit of water, and then I'll get them ready to pot on as well. And then all my home sown tomatoes are all doing fine, as well as my beetroot, which really, to be honest, is ready to plant out. Might harden it off a little bit and then pop it out. So now it's time to sow some carrot seeds in the ground. I'll be using seed tape. As you've seen behind me, I've dug some trenches for the carrots. I've aerated the soil and then I've added some horticultural sand. So I've mixed the horticultural sand with the soil and to make it all nice and gritty for the carrots, because carrots like things really gritty so that they don't fork and you don't get funny shaped carrots. And then what I've done is I've mixed that together and then I've added more sand, horticultural sand, and then I've added my carrot strips. So I've done two different varieties, 2 strips of one variety and 2 strips of another. I'll show you the variety that I'm growing this year. I'm also doing some mixed coloured variety in buckets. But yeah, so I've now just weighed down the strips with some of the mixture of the soil and the sand, and now I'm going to water this down so that the seed tapes get moistened and release the seeds, and then I will likely then put some compost over it mixed with some sand again, just to make it nice and gritty, and then that should be done. Then we'll see how this goes.